Right, hi everybody. Hope we're all good. Back again for the second video today, looking at the 14-day trends for Southeast England. I know that we're all getting a little bit tired of this rather changeable pattern, and many of us now, especially the children now they're broken up from school, will be looking forward to hopefully some good sunny summer-like weather over the next few weeks. So let's just start off by looking where we usually do at the central England temperature. We are still a fraction above the norm. 16.1 is the average so far this month, just holding on at 0.1 degrees above the average. But we've had a couple of cool nights. I think that will start to drop over the course of the next 2 days. We could end up below average shortly. Right, let's just go back to those hazy, crazy days of June and look at the temperatures we've had, or we did have, compared to where we are now. So this is the 2-month statistics from Charlwood in Surrey, and didn't we have a lovely time in June with those temperatures? That period between the 9th of June and the 29th of June, many days were in excess of 26, 27 degrees. But since then it's all changed. We went into July, the pattern has changed, and since then, we've really been struggling to get temperatures most days above 22 or 23. So there was that notably hot day a couple of weekends ago where we did touch 30 degrees. Right, as we all know, this was the pattern. So we'll look at the reason for it. I know a lot of people are saying, well, why? What's happened, Steve? Well, very simply, in June, we had high pressure to the northeast of the UK, feeding in warm southeasterly breezes off the near continent. Low pressure was well out the way down by the Azores, but now this is what we have this month. Very typical of the pattern we've seen so far. Low pressure just to the northwest of the UK, southwesterly winds strong at times, pushing through on quite an active jet. And today, unfortunately, is one of those days whereby it's been quite sunny across many parts of southeast England, but the fronts are gathering out towards the west, and they are going to be moving eastwards throughout the course of the evening and overnight. And if we just take a look at the radar at the moment, this is 5 to 4. Already that rain has now reached many parts of the Midlands. It's just knocking on the door of Western London. It's drizzly initially, but I think as time goes on, as this pushes eastwards throughout the evening and overnight, that rain will become heavier for a time. So yeah, a good soaking for some of the gardens tonight. And this is the sorry scene this afternoon down on the Plymouth Hoe. Look at that thick fog, not the sort of thing you want to be seeing on a late July afternoon in summer when the tourist season is in full effect. So that's the scene at the moment. And if we run this facts chart through to Sunday, it's the status quo that's being maintained. Low pressure still to the north of the UK. Low pressure, keeping those fronts, keeping that jet active across. So what we will do, no real changes in the next 5 days, but what about longer term? So this is the reason for it at the moment. We've got that jet stream that's firing down across the UK, coming in from the west or the northwesterly direction. So never particularly warm. Right, let's run it through to a week today. What do we think about this? Any different? Doesn't look like it, does it? So unfortunately, we go into early August. There had been some hopes that things might have improved sort of in the opening days of the month. Still a little bit on hold, unfortunately. That jet stream is still very, very active, and yeah, pleased to say that one saving grace is that jet stream has fired down in towards the eastern Mediterranean and taken that very, very impactful heat wave away with it. Right, let's move that jet stream forward one more week. Can we offer a glimmer of hope? Let's have a look. Not really. The jet stream has pushed a little bit further south at that point, so it just means that perhaps the rain bands are probably going to be a little bit more persistent across the southern parts of the England. High pressure perhaps a little bit more dominant to the north, but nothing really settled. For really settled warm weather, you need to be on the south side of this jet. We need this jet to be going up towards Iceland and Greenland and to be on the south side of it. So yeah, no real changes in terms of the overall pattern, but there are going to be potential windows of more settled opportunity in this fortnight, and I'm just going to come on and show you for why. So we've taken a look at that jet stream profile. We're going to now take a look at the WX charts and see how the GFS want to play this out for the next, well, couple of weeks. So this is where we are this afternoon. No prizes for guessing that cloud and rain. We'll be pushing in overnight, becoming quite heavy for a time. Clears out the way tomorrow morning. Quite a dull and misty start to the day. It will brighten up, but with some showers. Friday is a somewhat drier and brighter day for most, but still the risk of a few showers, potentially to the northwest of our area. And then Saturday, a few showers developing for a time, potentially heavy near those coasts, eventually clearing later on in the day. Sunday, we go into a stronger westerly flow, so it may well be a brighter day, but with that breeze coming in quite strong from the west to the northwest, it's not going to be beach weather, unfortunately. Just maybe a usable day for getting in the garden. By late Sunday, there's the next weather system pushing into Northern Ireland and the west of the UK that will be pushing across the UK in the early hours of Monday. So Monday, we end July on a very unsettled note with rain or showers again. Pushing into early August next Tuesday, there you go, more rain, more heavy showers pushing out the way. Right, we've spoken about windows of opportunity. Put these dates in your diary for now. 2nd of August through to the 4th of August might only be a 2 or 3 day window, but there is potential that things will start to dry up, at least for a time. So this is Wednesday. We don't have quite so much in the way of cloud, and I don't think we're going to be experiencing showers on the Wednesday. Maybe a little bit of drizzle on the Thursday evening, but Friday is looking set fair as well as an area of high pressure pushes across the south of the UK. And just look at those temperatures, just perhaps a fraction warmer through that period. And this is moving into Saturday the 5th. Breezes by then coming into the south, so things could warm up for a while, could turn really quite warm, but by around the 6th of August, that's when the next Atlantic weather systems look like attacking us. So that weather window could actually be 3 or 4 days. So it's not a complete disaster. Hopefully we'll have a look at those ensemble trends at the moment to see if that is supported. But yeah, moving forward through to the 8th of August, 9th of August, low pressure back on the scene, rain and showers return. Right, let's have a look at those ensembles to see if that gets any backing. So we're going to start off just by taking a look at those temperatures for the next 2 weeks for London. So certainly no real signs of anything significantly warm, at least not for a time, but there are a few spikes do pick up around about, let's go in there, let's look around this sort of period. So there are a few spikes between that 2nd and 5th or 6th where temperatures potentially climb a little bit warmer, and that is our potential window of warmer and drier weather. So perhaps all is not lost just yet. If we take a look at the rainfall spikes, so yeah, we know that we're going to be getting quite a bit of rain, certainly overnight tonight. There's going to be some showers tomorrow clearing out the way. There appears to be that wet spell around the 31st of August. So where's that? That's sort of the early part of next week before we get this drier slot. It is picked up on these ensembles, perhaps in this zone here. There is a drier area. Dry, I'm going to write in there, drier. Yeah, and that will be between, again, the 2nd and maybe the 5th and 6th of August. And just I look at the winds, so yeah, quite breezy certainly for the next few days, but they do fall a little bit lighter as we move around about that 2nd, 3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th of August. But yeah, at that distance it's all a little bit uncertain, but yeah, there is a sign that potentially it could be a little bit more settled. And if we just take a look at the pressure patterns, always a good little indicator. Low pressure is well on the scene, certainly for the next few days, dipping around about the 1st of August as that low pressure system comes in. But once again, there you go, just a sign that around about that 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th, that potentially slightly higher pressure could come in and just give us a slightly better, slightly warmer few days. So that is it in summary. I can't really offer you too much in the way of summer weather, certainly not for the next 6 or 7 days, but there is that window of perhaps some drier, warmer and more settled weather, at least for a few days between that 3rd and 6th of August. I hope you've all found this forecast useful. I've been talking now for well over 10 minutes, so I think I'll sign off and let you all go about the rest of your day. Have a lovely evening and thanks for watching. Ciao for now.